Welcome to The Power Within, the podcast where we explore leadership, personal growth, and the dynamics that shape success. I'm Keith Power, and each week I sit down with inspiring individuals who share insights on leading with impact, building resilience, and unlocking potential. Through their experiences, we'll uncover the mindset and strategies that drive meaningful growth. Whether you're looking to evolve as a leader or gain new perspectives, this podcast is here to guide you. Today's guest is Iwona Guzowska, a woman who has lived an inspiring life of resilience, discipline, and passion. As we explore more stories of resilience, growth, and the power of determination. Iwona's journey is nothing short of remarkable. From a difficult start in life to standing atop podiums and speaking in the national legislature. It's a story of grit, growth, and the power of never giving up on your dreams. Through sheer determination, she transformed her life, becoming a multiple-time world champion in boxing and kickboxing, a two-term member of the Polish Parliament, the same, and even a competitive show jumper. As a friend, I couldn't be prouder, and as a host, I'm thrilled to share her story with all of you. So get comfortable and join us for a heartfelt conversation about life's fights in and out of the ring. Iwona, you grew up without your biological parents and were adopted young. A tough start by anyone's standards. How did those early challenges shape the resilience and the drive we see in you today?
I used to think that that it had no influence on my choices or my determination. It seemed to me, and I believed that my whole sports path, all my successes, are the result of my passion, of my determination. But relatively, I recently realized that my whole adoption story, alcoholism, my adoptive father, the helplessness of my adoptive mother, everything I experienced, a child influenced every decision I made, every. And now I know it has a great influence on every single thing I did in my life.
For sure, I think there's not a person alive who's not affected by their upbringing, especially if there's some trauma there. But what I find, now I'm getting older, and I'm a fair bit older than you, that people realize these things when they're quite a bit older, in their 40s, in their 50s, or even older. As you said, your belief was you're just driven in passion, but it comes from somewhere, right? So maybe even without knowing, you tapped into that negativity, for want of a better term.
What is the best answer or explanation? I was thinking about it very, very hardly, I can admit. I can say that due to my childhood, I was very focused on myself. And I had to be focused on myself
because no one else was.
My environment wasn't supportive, was really tough. And the only place where I could find a little bit of peace, it was inside of me. I believe this is the reason why I became a world champion, because my determination, my inner power was recognized by me during all those tough stories, very demanding stories.
But even when I first met you 23, 24 years ago, I remember you were sponsoring orphan children who were talented musicians, gymnasts, etc. So it's always, whether you recognized it or not, it was always there, Iwona. It was a driving force for you. More power to you that you did find. I hate to use the name of our podcast, but you found the power within
Yes,
very early.
yes, exactly.
And you absolutely embraced it, right?
Yes, thank you for those warmly, kindly words. But yes, you're right. Everything what we are experiencing in our life, it influence on us, on our life, on our choices. Of course, it is. I always knew that this is my path I choose. I cannot explain it, but this knowledge was always inside of me, deep inside of my heart. And it was so natural that I want to help other people, young people, children. They were still in foster care or child's houses, yes, because they had maybe a little bit less of luck. Because I had this inner strength from the beginning. It was all the time part of me. And somehow I knew how to use it. And
That's amazing.
yes,
Through that, you rose to the top, the very top in both, unusually kickboxing and boxing. What mindset helped you to stay disciplined and mentally strong through the highs and lows of competing at that level?
I believe that we can implement 4F rule. Do you know this 4F rule?
Is it swearing?
It's very simple. First of this F is fun, to have a fun. You know, it's really important if we are doing something, does it bring us joy? And this is the most important. And fun is the first F of 4F, to be successful and to become a world champion, for instance.
Too late for me.
No, it's never too late. But, you know, being a world champion is overrated. Really, to be the champion of your life, this is the most important, I can say now.
Okay.
Yes,
I'll take your word for it.
Okay. I know your podcast is about resilience, about success, getting success, and making changes. I've heard your last conversation with this amazing man from Australia, and I found a very...
Oh, Riz Mehta.
Yes, and when I was listening your podcast, I was, wow, this man is saying exactly the same things I feel I used to using in my life during my path. Okay, the second F is fitness. You need yes, you need to be fit if you want to achieve a better level, next level in your sports, in everything you do. So training, yes, it means you need to practice, and it needs a discipline, of course. Without discipline, you will achieve nothing, I believe.
Okay.
And
All right.
okay, the third F is focus. Because of my history, because of my family issues, I needed to be focused on myself. I needed to find the inner peace inside of me, and it gives me really straight way to find out what exactly means to be focused on
Really
me.
focused.
Yes, really focused. And this particular strength, as I recognize as a focus, is really necessary during the fight. When you are focused, you are calm. it's very, very important. We need to be more calm in every single acting, in every single thing we do, because when we are running around in our head, when we have too much thoughts, it makes our confusions and we can't be focused. So focus is the third F. The fourth one is fight. Yeah, fight. You know, without this fighting spirit, we cannot achieve anything at all. You know, and you can use this fighting spirit in every single part of your life. We are fighters, all of us. We are fighters. We are warriors.
Winners are fighters.
Yes, because time to time we have some obstacles in our lives. We need to manage some problems, some issues, and then we need to use our fighting spirit. So everyone has.
You have that.
Yes.
You have that in spades. And I don't just mean in the ring. I know you're a fighter.
Yes.
I don't like to mention gender, but you did break new ground for women in combat sports in Poland.
Yeah.
What was it like to be a pioneer, and how did you handle that?
Well, it wasn't easy, but that no one had done it before me in Poland. No one knew how to lead a woman boxing fighter in professional boxing. Wasn't enough evidence, reason for me to tell myself that I wouldn't do it, you know. And I decided...
Yeah, this was a quarter of a century ago, right?
Yes.
25
Yes,
years.
can you imagine? Last century.
I can't.
My gosh.
Not looking
Oh
at
my
you now,
gosh.
no.
You know, my grandsons, they don't know who I was in my former life.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't know about my sports story. They are too young.
That's crazy.
Yes. I signed the contract in 1999. And it was, gosh, yes, it was January. And I signed this contract with the first and the only one professional boxing promoter in Poland. You know, my intuition was telling me, Iwona, he's not very good and not very
Not
honest, reliable too, and honest person.
Yeah, yeah.
Which was confirmed very, very quickly. Can you imagine that be a pioneer in professional boxing in Poland, be a pioneer woman boxing fighter in Poland, costs me a lot of effort, but it was my precious lesson. Can you imagine? Maybe you can guess. How big was my fee for my world title fight?
I'd have a good guess, and I know it wouldn't be huge, and I'm going to guess less than $10,000 back then.
It was about $2,000 or $3,000.
Yeah, it was unfair. The world has changed. You were too soon. You'd be a multi-millionaire if it was today.
Maybe, but I wouldn't change a thing in my life.
No.
It was worth it.
I remember walking in Warsaw to lunch with you 22, 23 years ago, and you being stopped by someone who recognized you, and I was like, I was annoyed. I just wanted to get to lunch.
Anyway, you know, it was really tough experience, but it was so precious lesson for me, so precious. And like I said, I wouldn't change a thing. I found myself as a mythical phoenix, you know. I had to burn to the ground myself to build up in new.
That's a thought. I remember as well, where I brought you, I was now living back in the Netherlands, and I brought a team from all over Europe to Warsaw. and I invited you to liven them up after lunch with some exercise. I don't know if you recall this.
Yes, I recall.
And I asked for a volunteer, and our Italian colleague volunteered, came up, but I didn't tell any of them about your background. And you invited him to join a competition with you where he had to slap your thighs and you had to slap his. And he came up with a big smirk on his face, this skinny little girl. And I remember you slapped him about 55 times and he couldn't land one on you. And then I announced that you were the world women's boxing champion. And I won't say what he said because it was a swear word. But it was hilarious. But the best fun was that night when we watched you fighting for the world title. Because everyone saw this glamorous lady like we do now, dressed up beautifully. And then we saw you with that look on your face, with your hair plaited, tied back, and you fought one hell of a battle. I saw these guys were not easily impressed, like with their jaws dropping, as mine did when I first knew you. But you weren't ready to leave it there. When you retired from sport, you then made this bold move into politics. Like, what drove that decision, and how did your sporting discipline help you to navigate public life in the Polish Sejm, as it's called, the parliament?
You know, I wasn't looking for politics. The most valuable experiences and things came to my life just by itself, and it was the same with the politics. You know, in 2007, I got the offer. Because there were very few women in the election lists. In addition, a famous name was needed, you know, as how politics works. Yep. So I agreed, but only because I didn't think I would get into a parliament. You know, can you imagine my shock after?
And you did on the first try.
Yes, and it was, oh my gosh, what I did. But at first, everyone thought I would be involved in sports. But yes, of course, I was a little bit. But the most important issue in my politic works was not sports committee, but you know what? Can you guess? Yes, you can.
Social issues?
Yes, social issues, yes. Because for the first time in my life, I could use my own experience, life experience, to do something better, to do something for everyone. I can say I'm really proud of my job, my parliamentary job, because we have changed Polish law. We have changed the law in Poland regarding orphanages, foster care for children. We have closed large children's homes in favor of family-based care, childcare. So it was really game changer for Polish children. And additionally, I worked the European Council, and I was liaison for the ratification of Lanzarote Convention.
Oh,
the Lanzarote Convention concerned the prevention and combating the sexual violence against children. So I'm proud of my job, my parliamentary experience, but there was a time I felt the politics is not longer my world.
I remember, perhaps it's painful to bring this up, but you had a colleague who shared an office with you in the parliament,
yes,
who sadly was killed with the plane crash of a number of politicians, including leaders, died. I remember talking to you at that time. Did that have any influence in you leaving politics then? Because I know it was a painful time.
No. It was only my decision. Has nothing to do with my decision to quit the politics. I felt like I'm burned out, and my power is, running down because, politics is teamwork, but not exactly. But not exactly. I wasn't politically involved ever. I wasn't member of the parties, any kind of parties.
Yes,
I
yes.
was, just for the people, for helping people, and it was the most important for me to use my experience.
But you did.
Yes.
You did what you wanted to do. That's the key. And to get through that legislation, that was some achievement on its own. But again, you're never happy. You're never settled. And I remember during that time, you've always loved horses. I knew that. And show jumping. When you went into show jumping, for goodness sake, because I don't know how long we've got here to talk about all your achievements, but what did you feel when you're flying over the jumps? How does that rush compare to the boxing ring or the political stage?
You cannot compare these two sports. It's totally different, when you are...
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. You can try both of
course.
them. I know you know how it's to fight in the ring. I have no...
But not a horse.
Okay.
I'd squash it.
Okay, we can arrange some horse riding maybe someday, and you will try. It's absolutely amazing when you are in contact with this big, smart, and very gentle, at the same time, animal. They are very delicate and strong. At the same time, yes, they are absolutely amazing. But horse riding, show jumping, it was my childhood dream. Every single small girl dreams about to be a princess. And the story tells about the princess and about the prince on the beautiful, amazing white horse is coming.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was my childhood dream, and I made this dream come true. But my son once told me, "Mom, this is not fair for this animal, for those animals. It's like torturing animals. Do you think your horse would choose such a life?" And I said, "Oh my gosh, I treat my horses so good. So what you are talking about?" After years, I can say he was right. He was absolutely right. Of course, it was amazing experience. It was a wonderful time in my life. Just like I said, I made my dreams come true. But show jumping fed my ego,
Okay.
Yeah, and
your adrenaline.
yes, and my adrenaline, and my ideas of being someone unique, And now I can say that show jumping, I love horses. And it is my true love till the end of my life. But I'm done with horse jumping and horse riding as a sport for good. Maybe someday I will ride on the horse again, but just to have a fun for me and fun for this horse. Riding on a horse to the forest, galloping on the roads outside. It's absolutely amazing experience. But sport, not necessarily. Okay.
You remember my old boss, Sylvester?
Yes.
Sylvester Schmiegel. So he's just outside Warsaw. He's got the family farm with horses and carriages. I should reintroduce you guys because he's got some beautiful horses if you just want to ride for fun.
Nice, thank you. It would be really, really nice. You know, everything we do in life is a part of our paths. But the most important is to establish myself, to know who I am and who I'm not for sure. And every single thing I did in my life taught me this lesson.
Everything taught you something. You mentioned you wanted to be unique. Iwona, here's a wake-up call. You're absolutely unique. I can tell you that from my heart.
Thank you very much, Keith. Now I know it, but there was a time I didn't know who I am. And, you know, now I know, but there was a time in every cell of my body, there was a written message. You don't deserve for life. You don't deserve for love. Because when I was born, no one was waiting for me. I was a huge problem for everyone. And first 8 months of my life, I was abandoned. No one gave me a touch of love, touch of sensitiveness. And this kind of information on unconsciousness.
You turned this, right? It was imprinted in you. It was not good enough, not wanted, not loved. You turned this into something positive. You turned inward to yourself and you found avenues, focus. Perhaps, though, with all of these avenues and all of these focuses, perhaps you were running away from yourself. And now, what you're talking about, you've turned inward and looked in at yourself and hopefully learned to love yourself.
Wow, I wouldn't change a thing. I know that my life is absolutely amazing. It's a huge gift. Now I know. But it had to be one moment, turning point in my life when I was ready to be rejected again. And then I was ready to find out what it's all about inside of me. And then I learned my lesson and I did it very, very well. And now I know all the processes I make with the people, for the people. I'm saying that the most important is to remind, to recall, to know that we are the love we are looking for all our lives. This is the most important thing. And when I felt it, it was a game changer. When you know that you need to love yourself, it's just knowing. But everything is changing when you feel it. This is the game changer. When you know, you don't know. When you feel, you know.
It's surprising that we are 8 interviews in, and that's a common thread of people finally learning to accept themselves, love themselves, and really finding themselves. And it is, in differing degrees, a game changer. In your case, I know, really was a game changer. And we don't talk like every week or every month, maybe once or twice a year, but I keep tabs on you, you know. I know your journey, and I was so excited and so looking forward to today because I felt the last time we spoke that you have found that inner peace, that inner calm, that love.
You know, the place where I standing now, and I mean, the physically and mentally, it's the best place I've ever been. Now.
That's awesome.
Now is the best.
You can't understand how pleased I am.
Yeah.
To hear that.
And
but through all of this, You've juggled so much. You've juggled sport, you've juggled politics, equestrian life, motherhood. What common threads have helped you succeed in these different areas? And how do you stay grounded through all of this?
I believe love. Love I was looking for. But I loved my sports. It was my passion. I loved every single thing I did in my life. You know, when you are doing something what passionates you, what brings you a joy, real joy, you don't need to any additional strength. You don't need to any additional motivation. It's already inside of you. And when I realized I'm complete, it was really, really, absolutely amazing. But answering for your question, definitely there is a few things. Optimism. I don't know how. I was always optimistic, you know, even when everything goes wrong. I was, oh my gosh, it will pass someday. It will change someday. So optimism. The second one is to abandoning the victim role. It's really important because I had so many reasons to stay in a corner, to cry all my life and saying, you know, oh my gosh, I'm so poor, I was abandoned, I was raised by alcoholic adoptive father. But this alcoholic adoptive father, in a matter of fact, was the best father I ever had. He was absolutely amazing man. So the abandoning the role of victim is very, very important, and it gives us a strength. But it's very important to be aware of responsibility, 100% of responsibility for your own life, for yourself, for everything you are saying, for every single word you are not saying, for everything you do, for everything you not do, for every single thought you're thinking, and for every single thought you won't thinking. So, and of course, cooperation. We are not alone, and very many people, like angels, they came to my life and they were, you know, like, wow, like sparkling particular cells, and they were helping me. So cooperation. So optimism, abandoning the role of the victim, cooperation, and what else? Responsibility, 100 responsibility, and it's very important. And having fun, yes, and
yeah, that comes up all the time with you, I have to say.
yeah.
I was going to have some fun at your expense today, but it's too hot in Singapore. I still have the tie that you bought when we were out.
Really?
20-something years. Yeah. I was going to wear it, but
Okay.
no one would think I was sane wearing a tie in Singapore. No one does that. All of these tough beginnings, I love what you said about abandoning victimhood, because for me, a turning point in my life was finally forgiving my father for the stuff he did. And he was an alcoholic and an abusive one. But the moment I forgave him, he was dead. I wasn't forgiving him for him. I was doing it for me. But the moment I did that, I stopped being a victim and you could move on. It's a really powerful message. It's easy to be the victim, but it's so powerful to just say, no, I'm responsible for me, for my actions, for everything here forward. You can't change what happened behind you. So with all of this, what key life lessons stand out for you? And what has it all taught you about having this now fulfilling life?
Life is an amazing gift. Absolutely amazing. I am part of this. and you are. And everyone is connected. We are so connected with our fears, with our dreams. And this is the most important lesson. I'm not alone. We are part of the same source. We are pure love. We are pure love. This is the lesson. And if you are ready to invite your life to your life, really, everything is changing. I invited my life to my life. I invited joy. I invited every single experience. And every single day, I'm starting with words. Welcome, world. Welcome, my life. I invite you to my life, really. I invite joy. I invite love. I invite every single, even if my experience for today, they will be a little bit uncomfortable, I invite you too, because behind every fear, behind every anger, there is a huge power. Behind fear, there is courage. Behind sadness, there is absolutely amazing joy, pure joy of life.
It's about choices, though.
Yes, and
It's taking those choices.
yes, we need to invite everything what life has for us. We need to be ready, and we need to trust in life process. When you put your trust in life, everything will change. You don't have to fight anymore. I don't fight anymore. Still, I am a warrior. Yes, I am. And I will be till the end of my days. But
I still wouldn't pick a fight with you, though.
okay, yeah. But you know, the path of real warrior is a path of the heart, open heart. Open heart is the thing you cannot hurt. No one and nothing can hurt open heart. Really, it's a pure energy of love, unconditional love, and this is the most important. Not the illusion of love we have in our heads, but the feeling of unconditional love, which we are in our source, in our hearts. So this is the most important message, and I received it, and I am sending it out in every single thing I do in my life. And it was worth to live my life, really, to collect all those experiences. I'm so grateful. Grateful to my biological parents, to my adoptive parents, to myself, for my courage, for my resilience, for my heart, for my open mind. And I am so grateful for you too.
Same here, for sure. Two words that you use there that I always think about when I think about you: love and resilience. And I think they're your superpowers.
It's superpowers in every one of us. We are complete.
If you invite it.
Yes, we are complete. We need to remind ourselves who we are, just like I said a few minutes ago, and remind that we are complete. We are really complete. We don't need anything from outside. It's just experiencing of life, but we are complete. We have all tools we need to fix all our problems, to live our lives. We are complete.
Try to share lessons that you've learned for viewers and listeners here, what they could take from you about finding that inner power, finding that resilience. What can they do in practical terms to be as complete as you are?
The only thing you need is to reactivate your courage, to discover who you really are, how wonderful you are. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And the rest will come to you if you will have a courage to open your heart for yourself everything will be on its place, in correct place, at the right moment, right place with right people. Synchronized every single thing, every single energy you need. So you need to be,
So
just the courage, just the courage.
where are you now? You've done all of these things. What is driving you right now? Like, what work are you doing, if anything?
Okay, I am a trainer. I work with people. I releasing people bodies from their armor. Can you imagine? We are armoring with our emotion, our experiencing. It is in our body, our physical body, emotional body, and I'm helping people to release this heavy armoring, because really it's better to live without this armor. I have my my own workshops, my individual work with people, so it makes me happy.
Mostly in Poland still?
Yes, but in few days I'm going to UK again with my workshop for Polish people. They decide to live in UK and they need support. So I'm going there with my all my knowledge, my supporting. And you know, I was a world champion in professional boxing. I was working so hard on every single training, and now my body is ready to take all the energy from the people I work with and put it away. And my muscles are ready, because this is really energetic and very exhausting work. So now it makes sense, you know, the wheel of life.
Where are you going? Where in the UK?
To Solihull, near to Birmingham.
In the Midlands,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I don't know if you remember my then assistant. She's now a global marketing manager, Magda Randziewska.
Yes.
She's living in the UK now, but she's up in the northeast.
Okay.
If she was closer, I know she'd come to your workshop. Hey, perhaps we need to talk about having a workshop in Singapore.
Oh, it would be a great honor for me. I look forward to this kind of opportunity. Yes, we can find a way, because, you know, I met two really real, absolutely amazing teachers. They are really real shamans from Mexico, and they taught me how to release people from their heavy weight.
Arm at their
Yes,
chains.
yes, yes, exactly.
I have a friend here I've mentioned before. I have to introduce the two of you. You remind me of each other. She's very driven. She was an Olympic swimmer.
Yes.
And then she became an MMA fighter.
Yes. And she's
she
beautiful.
runs the capoeira.
Yes, she's so beautiful, girl.
May we, you two will get on so well. I'm sure we can find a way for the three of us to do something together. Iwona, what is one mantra that you might have in your life, something that you repeat to yourself to keep going, to keep being resilient and strong?
There is no such a mantra. I feel it myself, you know, in every cell.
In your core.
Yes, in my core. It's just love, which I am.
Yeah, you certainly are. It's funny, I don't speak to you for 2 years. I call you, and then you say, oh my goodness, why do you call now? I'm in this situation, and you always call. This is some kind of weird connection, thousands of kilometers apart. We've always done that, right?
Yes, and it doesn't matter how often we are texting or calling. It doesn't matter. We are connected. We are connecting very, very deeply, and I believe that we are like, you know, in Polish is bratnie dusze.
Sąsiad?
Soulmates.
Oh.
Yes, soulmates.
So,
Soulmates, yes. Yes, and
yeah, that's amazing. I hope that the 13,000 subscribers we have now will feel the
Whoa.
energy that I get from you as well. We've had over 60,000 views. It's gone a little bit crazy.
Wow.
And it's nothing to do with me. It's all to do with the powerful guests that I have, like yourself, Iwona. And you have demonstrated today why I chose the title I did, The Power Within, because you emanate that in spades. You have found a power within yourself that continues to drive you on to different and better things. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you as a friend. I appreciate you as a guest. And I'm so glad that you were here today. Well, it's a pity you weren't here in person, but that can be arranged in the future. And I'd like to say thank you. Dziękuję bardzo.
Thank you.
And great to see you.
Keith, it's a great honor for me to be here with you. And of course, I am aware of my English barrier. I know my English is
Better than my Polish.
Okay, anyway, but I'm sorry for this language, but I believe that every single word which came straight from my heart, you feel it. You feel it, and it's true, and it's all I am. So thank you very much, and you are doing a great job. You are you, and you are absolutely amazing, and you are a miracle.
I repeat everything back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll catch up again soon,
you.
okay?
Thanks for listening to The Power Within. I hope today's episode inspired you to grow, lead, and create the success you deserve. If you enjoyed the podcast, share it with someone who might find it valuable. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Join us next time as we explore more stories of leadership and personal growth. And remember that setbacks are just stepping stones to something greater. Until then, stay strong, stay positive, and keep believing in the power within.